You probably know a bit about LGBT Youth Scotland. After all, you do pay for it through your taxes. And they produce posters like this so that school children can be confused. And Rob talked before about some incidents relating to child abuse that involved LGBT Youth Scotland members of staff. But this time we're looking at LGBT Youth Scotland's guidance for supporting trans young people in schools. This is produced on behalf of the government, so this is the government's official guidance. And it's got a recommended book section. So what books does the government recommend? One of them is called Beyond Magenta. It's available on Amazon here. Glowing review in the US School Library Journal. It's received a Stonewall Award. Just to say, that's not the same Stonewall that you fund with your taxes here. It's another one. Anyway, so an award-winning book. But it must be good. Surely all these people don't recommend books that they haven't read. So let's hear about it. So this is a lady in Australia who's going to read a few excerpts and tell us about the contents of this book. I'll put a couple of screenshots in as well. You can pause and read a bit for yourself as we go through.
This transgender book contains graphic descriptions of pedophilia, and it could be in the youth section of your library. I know it's in mine. Beyond Magenta, Transgender Teens Speak Out is a compilation of first-hand accounts by transgender teens. It's incredibly explicit and inappropriate. I found this one being promoted in the youth section of our library. It describes atrocious violent behaviour without apology and illegal pedophilic actions without qualification. Rigid stereotypes are given as the reason some of these teens felt they're in the wrong body. One boy says, "When I was 4 or 5, I wore girls' clothes." So what? That doesn't make anyone a girl. He goes on to say that someone challenged him out on the street about wearing a dress, and he asked, "Why not?" And the response was, "Because you have a dick." What's a dick? I didn't know what one was. Well, the guy said, "The boys have dicks and girls have pussies." The conversation continues along these lines. Charming stuff for your young teenager to be reading, don't you think? The F word is littered throughout the book as well. Another account describes a kid being so mad he pushed his pregnant teacher to the ground. He said, he knew he shouldn't have done it, but he was justified, and said it a number of times that he was just mad. Well, that doesn't make it okay. But far worse is the graphic descriptions of oral sex. A couple of stories include this. Let me read this for you. From 6 up, I used to kiss other guys in my neighbourhood, make out with them and perform oral sex on them. I liked it, and I touched their you-know-whats. He goes on to describe sexual exploits with girls, masturbation and pedophiles. There's no mention that this is illegal and incredibly harmful behaviour. It's simply a part of the account describing why this person is transgender. The damaging nature of these activities is alluded to as the story unfolds, but nothing specifically calls it out. This is not appropriate material for an adult, let alone teenagers. And this book is being promoted to youth in some libraries.
So there we are, a book promoting paedophilia, or at very least endorsing paedophilia. So paedophiles will be delighted if kids get this message that sex with adults when you're age 6 can be great, and that's the message being delivered by LGBT Youth Scotland, who is acting on behalf of the Scottish Government. Now in schools, we've heard stories of kids being pressurised into raising money for LGBT Youth Scotland, like the school will have an own clothes day to raise money for this crew, and the pupils feel pressurised to have to do it. We've got to stop this. Okay, and the way to stop it is not writing to people or whatever. The way to stop it is through the democratic system. And the way to do that is to support the Scottish Family Party. We're a political party, and we're going to stamp this sort of thing out. So if you want to support us, you can join us via the link below. It's a minimum of just £4 a month. And if you join, I hope to meet you at one of our meetings sometime. And thanks for watching.